The stage is set and the stakes are high for tonight's vice presidential debate at the University of Utah. In less than 2 hours, Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Kamala Harris will go head-to-head for their one and only showdown. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for KDKA News at 7:30. I'm Megan Schiller. The vice presidential debate takes on new significance tonight with new safety precautions. And joining me now live over Zoom to break it all down for us is political editor John Delano. John, good to see you.
Hey, Megan, always good to be with you.
John, how will each of these candidates portray themselves tonight?
Well, that's a great question. And of course, both candidates want to come out of this debate looking strong, looking knowledgeable, looking sympathetic and empathetic. And I think for Mike Pence, we know that he's unflappable. He is somebody who strongly supports Donald Trump. I've not heard him ever give a speech without mentioning Donald Trump 10, 20 times. I'm going to have a little checkoff box to see how much he mentions him. And so I think he's going to continue in that same vein. For Kamala Harris, for Senator Harris, it's an opportunity really to introduce herself in a new way to a whole lot of people. And again, to show her expertise and her knowledge. For both these candidates, given the fact that the presidential nominees are in their mid to late 70s, that puts more focus on the vice presidential nominees.
What do you think the voters are hoping that they're going to talk about tonight?
There's only one really big issue, and that's coronavirus, the pandemic and all its implications. After all, Mike Pence is the chair of the White House task force on coronavirus. He is the one responsible for what the nation has done, albeit he works for the president, and the president can overrule or change or do whatever he wants. But Mike Pence plays a big role in that, and I think you're going to see some questions that will be critical of him. He will have to defend himself and the president, which he will clearly do. I think Kamala Harris doesn't want to be the attack dog, but she's certainly going to raise questions about coronavirus, and I think that's what people really are looking to hear.
Hillary Clinton even saying that Senator Kamala Harris will face an issue tonight being a woman as she answers questions at the debate.
Megan, there's a double standard. I mean, let's be very blunt about it. Women candidates are always held to a double standard. If in fact they are strong and powerful and combative, they'll be portrayed as angry or as some negative pejorative word will be used about them. Whereas the man will come off as being strong and powerful and gutsy and the like. I think it's obviously Hillary Clinton knows what that's all about. That's why she was counseling Kamala Harris on this. And Senator Harris is a very sharp and smart woman. She's going to figure this out for herself. She certainly knows it. And I think, again, finding the right line is going to be very important for her in this debate tonight.
Do you think voters who aren't huge fans maybe of President Trump or Joe Biden will use tonight to make a decision or reinforce their decision?
Nope, I don't. Let's face it. The polls are suggesting only 2 to 4% of Americans have not made up their minds. I think people know whether they're voting for Joe Biden or Donald Trump. And vice presidential candidates and vice presidential debates in particular have rarely played a role in determining who is going to win an election. So I think in the end, I don't know that this is going to matter a whole lot. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll make a big deal about it if a mistake is made. But in the end, this is a race between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, not Kamala Harris and Mike Pence.
Thank you, John. As always, appreciate your insight tonight.